it's just them taking your money. They think that you're safe, but they're not teaching you karate. They're taking your money and maybe working you out a little bit, not even that well. Any dojo, any gym that has a whole bunch of like flashy stuff, colors like kicking shields and you know foam swords and stripes on the belt and lots of pictures on the wall. And usually, if you see a lot of trophies everywhere with really high kicks, then you know this guy is probably a fraud. Uh, I can't say very much about the state of American Taekwondo, for example. It's it's a mess. It's terrible. And from what I've seen on the internet, there are very few places anymore that actually teach karate the way it's supposed to be. That you know it's supposed to be hardcore. And what's even worse is that these places profess to teach you how to become a better person. Like the word of the week is honesty. The word of the week is self-discipline. It's a joke, and even if they do that, their students are such assholes. They're not real black belts. They suck. They really do. They're not. They don't know. I had one guy who was a friend, a friend of mine's, and he was a black belt, and apparently he went to my old teacher's brother's dojo. And I don't know what was wrong with them, but what was wrong with this guy. But turns out that he doesn't know what it means to be a black belt. I mean, this woman, for example, he's threatened people with karate. Like, if you, oh, just try and touch me there again, and I'll make you regret it. A black belt doesn't do that stuff. He doesn't need to acknowledge it. If he is the real deal, he won't need to like tell people that he's dangerous. And personally, I don't think he is dangerous. But this one time, this girl came up and he said something that he shouldn't have to her, and she started slapping him like this, slap, slap, slap. And he said, "Don't slap me," and grabbed her like this. I was sitting in the room and I was like, "You're a black belt? How dare you? How dare you profess to be a black belt and you do this to people?" Look, karate is supposed to be about three things. I'm talking to all the dojos out there that are just all flash with no bang. You know, no fire, but lots of smoke, evidence of fire. There's nothing to them. Look, it's about three things, and it's called the Three Student Creeds. And I'm taking this from Waterloo. That's where I get my black belt from. And this is what it's all about. Number one, self-development. That's the first rule of karate. That's what it's supposed to be about. This is an order of priority, by the way. Self-development. I will develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that will reduce my mental growth and physical health. And usually that ends with "sir" because a color belt is required to recite it. Self-development, number one. Number two, self-discipline. All right? I will develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others. So self-development and self-discipline. Where does fighting come about it? Where does threatening other people? Where does karate, using karate come in? That's the third and last one. That's the lowest on the priority. Self-defense. Not offense. No. Self-defense. I will use what I learn in class constructively and defensively to help myself and my fellow man and never be abusive or offensive, sir. Self-defense. So, here it is one more time. In order of priority, this is what karate is all about. Self-development, self-discipline, self-defense. If you don't have a teacher that professes something like this, it's a bad teacher. Avoid him. You're not going to get a very good, instruction. And believe me, I have had people. I've taken a year to learn under this guy who was a Kempo instructor, and this philosophy was the law of the fist. And it has three too, but it's different. The law of the fist is hurt, maim. Oh, what is it? How did it go? Maim, kill. Oh, damn, that's not how it goes. Defend yourself, maim, and kill. That's how it goes. That's what they taught. Now, believe me, I already had my black belt when I went to this guy, and I knew he knew a lot, because he's an old guy. His black belt is rancid and ragged, and it's his second black belt. His first black belt is so rotten he couldn't even use it anymore. He got another one, and that's one is practically white. This guy knows what he's doing. He's fought MMA. He's done all kinds of crazy shit in his life. You know, running from cops and beating people up in bars. This guy knows a lot, and he's been all over the world. The only problem is his philosophy is garbage. Garbage. But he's not out to take your money. At least, I don't think so. But he taught me a lot. It was really great. But it was great because I had the philosophy from Waterloo. And then I came in, and all I just came in was just to learn the techniques. I didn't have to learn how to be a black belt. I already knew it. So now I could learn these advanced techniques. Advanced from Kenpo. But his students, they were thugs. All of them were thugs. They would go around taking road signs and, picking fights with people. They were all racist, just about all of them. Ignorant. Some of them don't graduate from high school. They're going to get a job at Burger King. It was stupid. At Mr. Jones, my first place where I got my black belt, he taught Waterloo, he said, school. That's the most important thing. Karate is not the center of your life. It's not the center of my life. That's what he said. This is just something I do because, I like it. But don't let this rule your life. Go to school. Go to college. He said, go to college. Don't be satisfied with high school. And you know what? Every single one of them, of his students, turned out to be respectable human beings. His Waterloo, he changed people. He made it a better place. He made the world a better place because of him teaching that stuff. And he emphasized the right things. I'm telling you, there are so few places in the world that actually do this. Now, I admit, Mr. Green, the guy who taught me Kenpo, he was a lot more dangerous than Mr. Jones was. I mean, he knew a lot more about real fighting, and I learned a lot more about, hurting and killing people from Mr. Green than I did from Mr. Jones. And because of Mr. Green's influence, I was able to really improve my Waterloo technique. I mean, I disagree with a lot of things on Mr. Jones' part, but the one thing I do agree on is his philosophy. He changes people's lives, and that's the most important thing. The self-defense part and the technique and how to hurt people, that's the third thing. That's the third most important thing. Mr. Green never got that high. He didn't satisfy the first two. Yeah, self-defense, self-discipline even. He couldn't do self-discipline. All of his students, sloppy technique. Sloppy, terrible. Only he had good technique, and I didn't want to learn from any of his black belts. I wanted to learn from him, because he learned under Japanese senseis. He knew what he was doing. Chinese senseis, too. I don't know what to tell you, America and world. Kyokushin? From Japan? Bullshit. Kickboxing? Well, kickboxing, I say, is pretty cool, but that's not real karate. Wing Chun? Wing Chun I like, except for the philosophy part. It's a little fuzzy. I love the technique of Wing Chun, but I don't like the philosophy. Same thing with Jeet Kune Do. I love Bruce Lee. Boy, and I like reading his philosophy. That's kind of cool. But he doesn't emphasize peace or harmony. He just talks about how to kill people and how to hurt them. How to beat the person up the most effective way. That was what he said. Don't think, just fight. Bruce Lee, I can't believe you said that. You profess to be some enlightened being, and, you used to, now you're dead, but you profess to be this super enlightened being because you can go with the flow, you have no technique, the style of no style. Ooh, this is the pinnacle of martial arts development. No, it's not. It's about peace and harmony. You learn how to fight so you don't have to fight. Karate Kid. That's all I gotta say. You know what? Just, I pray to God that, the world learns what real karate or real martial arts are supposed to be about. It's not about fighting. It's about self-development, self-discipline, self-defense. Okay, thanks.